2 hours north of Melbourne, beat the peak hour traffic this morning, and I am in Trelly's Tackle World. And Trelly, there is nothing like the excitement of going on a fishing trip.
That's it.
Because it means you get to buy new lures. What is this thing?
Yeah, well, this is a little, what they call a wake bait. So you can see it's multiple as far as its body parts. Little bib here with a slight bit of retrieve tension on the water. It'll get underneath the water, 50, 100 mil, and actually cause a wake, making it a wake bait. So very effective. And
they do catch big cod, and nothing like catching cod on the surface. Now, my favourite cod lures, there's so many, but spinner baits.
Yep.
They look like a coat hanger with all the stuff hanging off it. What spinner baits are worth a look at the moment?
Yeah, well, there's a as you know, there's a multitude of lures as far as spinner baits go. We like to stick to probably some of the natural colours. You can see this one over here has got a natural sort of a look to it.
Yep.
That one there. In saying that, your most common would be your purples, reds, blacks. But in saying that, you pick on some of those really bright colours, which is nothing like anything that's in the river, and they'll also catch fish too. But natural colours, big blades, give a lot of vibration, and you can use the Colorado blades for shallow water, and your willow blades, which are the longer, thinner one, for deeper water. They offer a little bit less resistance.
And get down to where the fish are.
Exactly.
And this is what it's all about. This is why I always drop in a tackle, because local advice and knowledge, you can't beat it. And guess what? Trelly actually goes fishing. That's why he knows all about these lures. Just never stop learning. Unbelievable. Next time you come to Trelly's Tackle World Shepparton, I promise I'll be here to say good day. Nobody said that catching cod on a kayak was going to be easy. I need all the energy I can get. I reckon 8 pizzas might do the job. And here, the pizza bellissimo. Special feeling that comes over when you actually get out of the country. I reckon just all the stress goes, and all we worry about is trying to catch that next fish. Standing on the banks of the mighty Ovens River, not far from Wangaratta, beautiful part of the world. This is Anthony Forster. Now, Anthony, you are the manager of Inland Fisheries Victoria.
Yes.
In that role, what sort of things do you actually do?
Oh, I do lots, Paul. We really try and improve recreational fishing. We stock fish, we improve habitat, we work with CMAs, and we work with recreational fishers.
Excuse my ignorance, what's a CMA?
Catchment Management Authority.
I'm going to have to learn more about this because it went whew. But for now, I think we need to cast and catch some fish.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Fishing 2 outfits today, and the main reason for that, I want to fish 2 different lures. So on this rod, I've got a spinnerbait, gets right down the structure, bang, 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 very little chance of getting it snagged. Give it a retrieve, doesn't catch a fish, put the hard body straight over the same ground. You just never know what those fish are going to take and what's going to turn them on any given day.
It's a corker.
What is it, mate?
Absolute ripper.
Monster?
Small trout cod?
No way.
Absolutely.
That is the smallest trout cod I've ever seen in my life.
It's one of the smallest I've ever caught too, actually.
How'd you know it was there?
Well, I just felt it. But it's just a beautiful looking fish.
That is ridiculous. Obviously the fish here are breeding very, very well. Oh. Yep, gotcha. He hit that about, I reckon he hit that about 8 times, Anthony. And I kept thinking, is that a snag or a fish? And it's not a big fish, but it is a beautiful fish. And I believe, we're gonna have a close look here, 'cause you don't want to make the wrong call. It is a Murray cod.
Oh, well done.
A beautiful little Murray cod, and that was amazing, because you were just off in that little eddy, and I just thought, you know what?
Yeah.
I reckon I'm gonna catch a fish here. Isn't it funny how sometimes you just know it's gonna happen?
Terrific.
And that is a beautiful little Murray cod. Just checking it's not a trout cod, it's definitely a Murray. And only a small fish, but it's so healthy for this system that there's so many small fish here because it means they're breeding. This area is not stocked at all, Anthony.
Not at all, no.
So that is a fish that's been bred in this river.
Yeah.
And what a magnificent looking fish. Now all we need to do is upsize a little.
Good fish.
Well done, mate. You got him out?
Yep.
Good work.
He's a nice fish. He hit really hard.
I'll try and get in there.
He's a chunky fish, Paul.
He's beautiful, eh?
Yeah. He hit like an absolute train.
Isn't it funny? They grow a lot bigger, but they all hit hard, don't they?
That's it.
Just come in. If you want to pass your rod to me, will that help?
Yeah, that'll help.
That's it, I'll get your rod.
Thanks, mate.
You're in charge of the fish.
All right, I'll lift him up.
Yep.
Let's have a look at him.
Now, legal size for these fish is?
55 to 75.
I reckon that's got to be nudging legal size, eh?
It's getting close, I'd reckon.
I reckon it's getting very close. And at that 55 centimetre size, what's the theory on only being able to take fish 55 to 75?
Well, 55 is to protect the small fish.
Yep.
The 75 is quite innovative. It's about protecting the big breeding fish. So we've noticed that the population drops off before we brought in the slot limits.
Yep.
Trying to keep bigger fish in the river because they're important breeders. And with those fish in the water and them breeding well, we should get more of these.
And cod populations, are they on the rise?
They are, absolutely.
And is that due to the slot limit or stocking?
Oh, I think it's a whole bunch of things. We've done some aggressive stocking over the last few years. We're on a target 1 million campaign to increase stocking up to 5 million fish next year. Vast majority of those will be native fish. But we've also done a lot of work with the catchment management authorities and other agencies to improve habitat.
Beautiful.
Because as you can see, without snags, there's no fish here. So this one's going straight back in the river. Hopefully we'll get another one. Off you go, mate. Oh, beautiful. Fantastic. Let's do it again.
Sold.
Great hit. Beautiful trout cod. I'll come and show you. What a cracker of a trout cod. These fish were nearly extinct in the Ovens River, but we put 200,000 in there over a 10-year period and they're really back. What a great little fish. Off you go, mate.
There aren't too many lures that you'd throw over a big hunk of tree, knowing you're probably going to get back. So what I'm doing here, I'm actually, oh, he's catching a fish. Oh, he's under the other side of the tree. Now, he's got me snagged. Whoop. He's around the tree, he's a solid fish. I'm going to go to him. Oh, I forgot. I tied myself up. I can still see the fish there, so I'm just going to take my time. So I cast over the top of the tree, and you can do that with a spinnerbait. I'm going to come around the tree now. Where are we here? Come on, fishy. Come on, fishy. Oh, he's still there. Look at his tail swirling. I'm going to try and get around. I can see him there. There we go, got him off. Always cast into the structure where you think the fish is, and then worry about how you're going to catch him. Now, not a big fish, but you can see how easily a little fat Murray cod can towel you up. That's just so cool. Here's my fish here. Oh, come on. And he's got a bit of go in him because he hasn't had much chance to fight. He just went straight around that structure. Look at that. Absolutely awesome. Within a second, wrapped around a tree, but it's all good. I am loving cod fishing from kayaks in the beautiful Ovens River. See you, dude. Love your work.
Oh, got him. Oh, that's a good fish. Oh, geez, he hit hard. And that was my 4th cast in the same spot. Come on, mate. I'll bring this fish ashore. You can have a look at it. Another fantastic Ovens River cod. Look at that. Absolute cracker.
I'll get your rod for you, mate.
Thanks, mate.
I was just up the bank having a little cast and I heard the commotion. Now, traditionally, is this river full of fish this size? We're catching a lot of small fish, or are there bigger cod in here as well?
Look, I reckon it's a healthy population. I really do. It's most fish are sort of 40s to 50s, I reckon.
Yep.
But there's, I guarantee there's some huge fish in here.
So of all the native fish that live in Victoria, which is your favourite?
Murray cod, full stop.
There's something special about it, isn't there?
Look at that colour and the fact they grow and they hit so hard. And they're just a beautiful looking fish, aren't they?
I think it's the big mystical part of it too. We know they possibly grow to what, 150, 200 pounds? And you just never know if that fish is in the next one.
Yeah.
Just awesome. That is one very special creature and native to our beautiful country, found nowhere else in the world.
Right, let's put this one back. It's a cracker.
You can go terrorise some shrimp and small fish.
There you go, mate.
I love them so much. How good are they too as an aquarium fish? Like,
1 cod per tank.
yeah, because otherwise, well,
Very, very aggressive.
you can start with 2, but
that's
you'll always
right.
end up with 1 cod per tank. Back to those beautiful Murray cod in just a minute. I'm lucky enough to be joined by Jared Lyon from the Arthur Rylah Institute. Now, Jared, we go way back. We've done so much good science. How are those Macquarie perch going that we got at Dartmouth?
Well, I reckon we'll try and find out today, Paul. I reckon they'll be going all right in here.
How good would that be if we actually catch the Macquarie perch that we release? Now, today we're electro-fishing.
Yep.
You guys have come up to do a little bit of study on the ovens and the fish in it.
That's right. So, yeah, we're doing a bit of a river health check through this area. A lot of work going into the catchment, so we want to make sure that everything's travelling well with the fish.
And what would you expect to catch? Because I've been catching some beautiful Murray cod. What would you expect to find in this section of river?
Well, I'm hoping we get the Murray cod, of course, Macquarie perch that we've been bringing in, trout cod, and some smaller bodied species, maybe some blackfish and some smelt, and of course we'll probably get some carp as well.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go fire this puppy up and find a few fish. So what's the range on the electricity field?
So around 2.5, 3 metres from those anodes. So those droppers act as the anode and the
Yep.
boat's the cathode. And so we're safe while we're on the boat. It puts out about 1,000 volts,
Yep. And it stuns the fish but doesn't hurt them.
stuns them, yeah.
And you notice we're working along the edge of the bank. Reason for that, most of your native fish sit really, really tight to structure. There's a fish there, small cod maybe.
Yeah, looks like it. Yep, little Murray
Beautiful.
cod.
Murray cod, well done. As I was saying, most of your native fish sit really tight to structure. So you notice we're working that structure, but it's really important when you're fishing as well to get your lure or bait as close to the timber as you physically can. That's a little one.
Yeah.
What's he? Oh, it's a little cod. Look at that.
It's a beauty, isn't it?
That's a little trout cod.
Little trouty, yep.
That is unbelievable. That trout cod's about 3 centimetres long.
This year's spawning.
That is just amazing.
So trout cod were extinct in here by the about the late 80s. They used to be right through here.
Yep.
And they went extinct, and they weren't here for about 20 or 30 years. We reintroduced them with stocking.
Yep.
And did it over a 10-year period, and now they're self-sustaining and spreading out of the ovens into other areas, so it's a real success story.
That's exciting, eh? So this river's like the lifeblood for so many other freshwater systems, isn't it?
It is. Blackie.
Lucky. Beautiful. Aren't they precious little fish? Australian blackfish. So, we have a bucket full of Murray cod.
We do.
Not a bad effort considering how many 100 metres of river have we fished?
Probably 100, maybe a touch over.
And we got, what, about 10 Murray cod?
Yeah, and we sort of saw a few extras as well, so yeah, it was quite good. And we don't catch everything that's in the river with this electrofisher either, so generally in these sort of waters you might pick up about 20%.
So if we got 20% of the Murray cod and we got 10, you're talking about 50 Murray cod in 100 metres of river?
That's right.
And how long's this river?
Many hundred kilometres.
So, moral of the story, I'm not good at math, but that's a lot of Murray cod. What do we do next? Do we put some tags in these things?
Yeah, so what we're going to do, we'll check them to see if they've got any tags in them already, and then if they haven't, we'll tag them and release them. Then if we recapture them, then we'll see how far they've moved and how much they've grown and all that sort of cool stuff.
Beautiful. Let's do the technical stuff.
I know. Let's start with this smallish one.
It's just a pack.
So, 466.
So, what does this thing do?
So this is a pit tag reader. So pit tags, just checking in. A little tag like you put in your cat or your dog.
Yep.
And that one there. We put them in fish, so they tend to hold on really well in fish. They don't shed. Fish don't shed them. So once you've tagged them,
they stay tagged.
They stay tagged. And also, so we just gently put it in the stomach cavity. Like that. Get the number. So, there to the sun. 404 702 763. And we use we've got readers on all the fishways around the Murray-Darling Basin, and so we can pick up that fish on those readers if it swims through. So, you know, we've had fish moving thousands of kilometres along the Murray and up into the ovens. And
but I thought Murray cod just found a snag and we're a sedentary thing that never moved.
Yeah, that was sort of the old, what people used to think, but then when they started tracking them and tagging them, all of a sudden they do generally live around a snag, but during spawning season they'll take off and you know, they can go several hundred kilometres. And I'll just give this tag number, 137686.
So that fish now has that tag. Obviously that's more of a rec fishing tag.
Yeah, rec fishing tag. So if anglers catch this fish, they can ring the number. There's a number on the tag to ring up, and it's an individual tag, and we can send a little certificate out to anglers saying where we caught it and how far it's moved and how much it's grown and all that sort of stuff.
That's pretty exciting stuff. You good to
go? Yeah, you can put that one back.
Back in the river. From where he come. There you go, dude. I assume he'll disappear fairly quickly. So what else we got in our bucket of tricks here, mate?
We've got a little Macquarie perch, which is fantastic. So
look at that.
These are some of the ones that we moved back from when you come up to Dartmouth about 12 months ago. So it's great that they're surviving.
Look at that little fish there, and that little fish to you probably means more than a metre cod, doesn't it?
It does. It's fantastic. I mean, those disappeared from the oven sort of in the 80s,
yep.
Except for a couple of spots right up the top of the Buffalo.
Yep.
And now they're back again. So hopefully we can get them breeding in here and people can re-engage with them. They're fantastic fish.
And it is amazing that we've actually been a part of this little success story.
It is.
Put him back, mate.
Let's go.
There you go, buddy. Oh, he's keen. Let him go and do his thing. See that? There you go. Now this is a special fish, isn't it, mate?
It is. It's a trout cod. It's it was endangered, still endangered, but making a comeback. So it's fantastic, and really healthy river here. So it's all good.
Healthy rivers mean trout cod.
Mean healthy fisheries. So we restore our rivers and catchments, and we restore our fisheries, and everyone's a winner.
So just very quickly, I go down the river, I put a block of cheese on my hook, throw it in, I catch a cod. How do I know if it's a trout cod or a Murray cod? Because this is an endangered protected species.
It is. Trout cod, they've got a bit of a stripe through the eye here.
Yep. The
mottling's a bit different to a Murray cod, so you got dots instead of mottling. And on the trout cod, I've got a pointy nose, and also the top jaw overhangs the bottom jaw, and it's the opposite way with Murray cod. That's the easiest
So
way.
they're the three distinguishing features. Make sure if you catch a cod, always check, because it'd be very easy to knock this thing on the head.
Yeah, it would.
Put it on the barbie and then go, not so good when you show fisheries the photo.
That's right.
So exciting these things have made a comeback. And when you look at the CMA, when you look at what these guys are doing at the Arthur Rylah Institute, when you look at Fisheries Victoria, inland fisheries, this is a success story, and you guys have to be congratulated, everyone involved, because I know I'm going to take my boy to catch trout cod one day, and he's going to have a smile from ear to ear. Do you reckon we put it back?
I reckon we go for it.
I'll do the honours, mate.
There you go, Paul.
Oh, I love this little fish. There you go, dude. Go back and do what fish do. From the top, they look just like a brown trout, don't they?
They do.
It's amazing when you see them in the water, you actually go, you know, what is that, a brown trout? Off he goes. Right up there, that was a long cast. Not a big fish, I reckon it might be a trouty. Because it is faster running water. Let's have a look what we've got here. Oh, I know my fish. How good's that, a trout cod? I just thought, a bit of faster running water. So I've actually put the kayak against the stump there, and the great thing about kayak fishing, you can access locations, and then you can get out and really pinpoint those snags when you need to. Let's have a look at him. Beautiful little trout cod. You can tell it's a trout cod because he's got that overhanging top jaw, so his top lip sits out much like a whitebait. These smaller fish got the Zorro stripe across the eye, and so much like a Murray cod, but probably even a little bit more special if that is possible. Put this right against the bank near a big fat log. Just get those blades working. Some spots you just know there's fish there. For some reason, they don't bite. And I reckon it's worth putting 2 or 3 casts in. I'm fairly sure that was cockatoo language, but I agree with him. Oh, that was a bite. Gotcha! He hit that on the drop. That was just unbelievable. That was the second cast in that hole. And as the spinnerbait was going down, I wasn't even engaged in gear yet. And I reckon it's another trout cod. Let's have a look. It is, in fact, a Murray cod. You get that on the big jobs. How awesome is that? And you know what? Murray cod, yeah, they grow to nearly 200 pounds, but at that size, they're so exciting because they take, just bang, they engulf the lure, and I've said it before, I'll say it again, they are so cool. I always say that Murray cod are the fish of 1,000 casts, and I reckon I've had 1,000 today, and that is a beautiful fish. I saw a twig basically laying down about 30 yards, cast all the way along it, there's that fish, and he ate it at the boat. We stopped and had a bit of lunch, had a good think about things. At the end of the day we said, let's just try something different. So I put this pirate spinnerbait on. It's got blades like I've never seen, and it's pink and white, which to me is not a traditional cod colour. Look at that, a plump, fat, Oven River Murray cod, probably around 45, 50 centimetres. And this system is chockers with these things. You're just going to be good enough to keep catching them. Hard work, when you see a fish like that, very, very rewarding. So I've just been swimming this little cod, and the beautiful thing about these spinnerbaits is they're single hooks, and that's literally pinned him right through the snout, so very easy to get out. You've got to watch out for their sandpaper teeth, because they really do rip you to pieces. So that's out, he's ready to go, and the power of these fish is just incredible. I'll sit him there until he swims away from me. Look at that, the pecks are going, tail's going, off he goes. And not a monstrous fish. Look at that, he's coming straight back to cover. He's going to sit at my feet. Not a monstrous fish, but at the end of the day, it's a Murray cod. And to catch that on an artificial lure in this surrounding, I got to tell you, it is one of the best feelings in fishing you ever get. And if you think cod like structure, just look at my boots, because he's actually sitting right next to my size 11. That is just crazy. Hey mate, you can go now. I think this cod thinks he's a soul. I'm just going to give him a bit of a tickle and help him on his way. See you, dude. Away he goes. So Anthony, these are all natural snags, obviously, but what do the CMA do?
Catchment management authorities with farmers and fishers and the community to restore habitat on rivers.
So actually put snags in rivers?
They do. They work on what they call in-stream snags.
Yep.
But also they do a fair bit of work around bankside vegetation. The state government's got a really big program at the moment, Paul.
Yep.
Spending $222 million over 4 years to recover native fish and repair riverside habitat.
How good is that?
Fantastic.
I do a little bit of fishing. I hang around a lot of fishing people, and I had no idea that money was being spent. When you see these fish, I reckon it's money very well spent. That's a good. Grab the bells, please. Don't touch the line. Don't touch the line. Those bells, the best $1.95 I ever spent. How amazing! I'll just bring him around. Oh, hang on. How awesome to be sitting by the campfire and catch that fish. That's the gob on it.
Fantastic.
Look at that fish. I love these things so much.
Oh. Well, that's a beautiful specimen.
That is an absolute corker. What do you reckon, mate? How long would he be?
I'm thinking 75.
It is so impressive, mate. Just show the people at home what Murray cod fishing's all about. Now, we worked so hard today. We caught plenty of fish, but not one this big. So do you think it was bait that made the difference, or has that front that come through made a bite?
Look, I reckon bait's just a great strategy at night. Those fresh live shrimp, just perfect.
How good is it? You can actually sit by the campfire, come camping on the Ovens River and catch what I think is possibly the greatest Australian native fish ever. Now, there's bad news. Do you think this fish might go over 75?
I think he might, which means back he goes.
So hurtful. The fire's cranking. I was hoping for fresh Murray cod. No, I wasn't really. I want to let this fish go. To me, unbelievable. I'm so excited. Finally, bit of fresh shrimp, a hook, a sinker. Anyone can do it. And that is why I love Murray cod and bait fishing. That is gold.
Fantastic.
Well played. Well, catching these fish is so special. But letting them go, seriously, it's next level. If you catch a Murray cod, please let it go. There's plenty of better fish to eat. And how is this fish? Look at those leopard prints on the side there. I'll just swim him into the current and let him go, let him go. That to me is about as good as fishing gets. Not just fishing in general, but freshwater fishing. He's just sitting there relaxing. And seriously, there's still a lamb roast there. Haven't even had a chance to have a feed yet, and I'm catching more Murray cod. Victoria, fisheries. So far, I'm tipping we're doing a very, very good job. Just because you're camping doesn't mean you can't eat like a king. Roast lamb, potatoes, carrots, fresh damper. This is just too good. Cod you ever caught?
94.
94, so we need 95.
No, this is a bigger fish. This has got real weight behind it. Yeah. Come on.
Oh, it is big. Oh,
my God, look at it, mate.
Look at the gob.
It's huge.
I'll grab the rod, you grab the fish. That is a beast.
I'm getting in there.
Is it well hooked?
Absolutely.
Look at this thing.
Fantastic.
Oh,
the size of
and has the weed on the hook. Mate,
mate,
tell me.
I'm so pleased.
Before today, what was your biggest cod ever?
94.
So now, you are in the 1 metre cod club. There is no doubt this fish is a metre long. It is like a 1,000-pound marlin, a 20-pound snapper, a 4-pound bass, a 4-pound brim. This is what people around the world aim to achieve.
It is a fish of a lifetime. It really is.
And the best thing, we've got to put it back, don't we?
We do.
What are you doing to us? What's the go? Why do we have to put this fish back?
Because it's a big breeder. We want more to breed.
That is just wrong. And to think, seriously, you know how many times as a kid I've cast a block of cheese,
some yabbies, bit of shrimp. Are you able to hold that fish, mate? Is that
I am,
all right?
yeah.
You doing okay?
It's heavy.
In the hope that one day I catch a cod, but this to me is almost like a unicorn. I never thought they existed, but when you do this, how good is it?
They're just glorious, aren't they?
It is wrong. I mean,
It's a monster.
Oh, it is just the beast. We've kayak for cod, we fish land-based, and the thing I love about this, there is nothing stopping anyone from doing it. You can buy some yabbies, catch your own bait. We caught our own shrimp.
We did.
You can come and catch this fish. And tell me, the reason we're catching fish like this in Victoria now, a quick plug, because you worked hard, what are fisheries doing to put Murray cod into the state?
Well, we're stocking more than ever. We're fixing habitat, and yeah, we're talking to anglers about it. So this is the culmination of a lot of hard work, this fish.
I've got to say, the one thing that has impressed me so much, I've never met this man before this trip. You know what? He actually goes fishing. And guess what? 99.9999%, and I know most statistics are made up on the spot, of Fisheries Victoria fisher people, they actually go fishing, don't you?
We do. We love it.
And people who fish are going to look after our fisheries better than anyone else. I know you haven't got a spare hand, so I'm going to do an air high five to this man and the rest of the team, because that is what hard work is all about. I'm so stoked for you, mate.
Thanks, mate.
That is Murray cod gold. So tell me, Anthony, how long could it take a big fish like this to get its breath back?
Oh, look, just recover it over a period of a few minutes. Just be patient, I think. Get some air flowing through its gills, and they do recover well.
I mean, we're talking, as a shrimp bites my foot, we're talking about a fish that could be, what, 20, 25 years old?
Yeah, something like that, for sure. And they grow to 40 years old, and they grow a lot bigger than this as well.
It's incredible. So if a fish is 20 to 25 years old, take 20 to 25 minutes to give it a chance at going back out there. He has spent so much energy, pulled so hard, lactic acid, just giving that time to get their breath back, because you want other people to come to this part of the world and catch that incredible fish. I mean, seriously, you'd fly from Europe if you had the chance to catch that. All I'd do was drive from Melbourne. This is epic, and I can see his gills moving, mate. I can see his pectoral fins. Oh, he's starting to kick. That's what you want. That's what you want, eh?
Yeah.
You know, as a young lad, I dreamt about fish like this, and I'm excited because he's starting to kick. I have one more question.
What's that?
What are the people at number 1 Spring Street going to say about you when you go back to work next week? Are you going to be the most loved or disliked man in the building?
Probably a bit of both, I'd reckon.
I'm tipping that too, but it doesn't matter, mate, because you caught that fish, and that is all that matters at this point in time.
Okay, mate, off you go. See you next time.
Look at that away. Oh, look at that
Beautiful.
tail. I just want to see him again.
Mate, that's fantastic.
Anthony, get up. There's only one thing that can do this moment justice. You know what it is. Come this way. Don't fall in the river. It's called a man hug. Because when men catch the fish of a lifetime, they man hug.
They do.